I hope they fix it though, I really do. Because Smite is such a fun game, but if they keep going in the direction they are, it's just like, I mean, look at Surbeck
I
for
think
example.
I think what they're doing is every balance patch, the game gets better, God, and it gets a bit worse, and then they're gonna make a balance patch to make it better again. So I'm not
Like,
too worried about that.
I don't know why they're in the mindset to give every new god CC. I don't it started ages ago, and
Yeah.
now they can't go back from it. I mean, the game was fine how it was, to be honest. I mean, they
The
didn't have
thing
to
is,
give every
like,
god CC.
they want every god to be in the competitive. What they're doing, they're like doing every god like slowly a bit better to be than the one that has been released before. So like it could be in the competitive, but the thing is like the newly released gods gets better and better. So like the past one's gonna fade off. Like Fenrir fade off, like Hunbat's fade off already. Like a lot of gods like is fading off like right now.
And then
And there was,
Hercules.
like-
And then there's Hercules. Oh, we're gonna
Hercules
make
just
his
came back.
one stun all the time. Oh my fucking god.
I think a buff on Hercules was kind of necessary because he
Not
wasn't like
really. I completely disagree. He was fine how he
Uh,
was. He just wasn't picked. I mean, he could have been picked. Nobody realized how strong he was, and then they buffed him, and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking pick this guy. I mean, you could have picked him anyway. He
I
was
never
pretty much
really
fine.
liked him. I never really liked him. Or
I
I'd
always
rather,
thought he was good. I
would
mean, he was
rather
really
have,
tanky and stuff, but
I would rather have like a Vamana or like an Odin.
That's because you're
Before that-
sold to fucking Vamana.
No, I'm not sold to him.
You are
I just
sold so much.
I like him, but it's not.
wait,
only
aren't you
about
the guy that
Vamana.
said? Aren't you the guy that said Vamana's better than Herc? Is that you?
In
when
a
I-
1v1, yeah. Because I always beat like, Hercules as Vamana, but in a
Maybe, I don't know.
in a team fight, no, he's not better. Hercules has more damage outputs and stuff. I kind of like one, but he's fading off really hard because he's AP, and right now it's only 80s that survives in solo line.
Yeah, pretty much. And the problem with the game right now, though, is that every new god is basically like an updated version of an old god. Like when Artemis was pretty much the only range AD. You had Anna as well, but they were two different. They were two different gods, pretty much. Like Anna had like an AoE slow and an ultimate and stuff, and Artemis had like a Born and trap and wards and stuff. So they were like two different gods. They had the pros and cons each. But then Neef came in, and then yeah, pretty much made Artemis useless because she had Artemis trap on a #1 ability. She had a leap, she had a heal, like she had vision, like so basically Neef was like an updated version of Artemis, which basically destroyed Artemis.
Yeah,
and then
yeah, I agree.
they just repeated the process for a lot of other gods.
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
which they just destroyed it.
What about Cupid and Bastet?
Bastard,
wait,
Jesus,
wait,
I forgot that god exists.
Bastet was actually used a long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Notice how like the old gods didn't have any CC, like Bakasora for example, or Bastet. That they had it slow, but they didn't have no fucking Fenrir bullshit. Right, it's like roots and stuns and grabs and all that crap. Like they should
Yeah.
just make them like Kali, high damage, like no CC but really high speed. You know, that's how he should be. Not how he is now.
No, like everyone has a stun, basically.
I know.
Yep.
You know when the game's too much CC when they give fucking older god CC immunity.
Yeah.
Like Chiblanke and Artemis and stuff. And Bakasor right now as well. Pfft. They should just go back, have a massive balance patch and just remove a lot of CC from the gods that really don't need it. Like Isis for example. I mean, the stun's fine, the silence, overkill. Like you don't need 2 CCs like that in
What
one
would
kit.
you put instead of that, though?
I would just leave it as a protection steal. That's good enough. Like, you can just protection steal from the tank and be like, yeah, this guy has no protections now, just kind of burst him down a bit. But, like, there's no need to have 2 CCs in one kit unless you're a support. Like, as a mage, I mean, imagine Poseidon, he has like, I know he has a stun in his ult, But imagine if his number one like rooted somebody and they had it as well. I mean, how broken would that be, right? So it's pretty much the same thing with Isis. She has a stun and then a silence. You just can't do shit. Then she has so much damage as well, which is a real problem. Like, it wouldn't be too bad if the damage was lower, but I mean, yeah, it's not.
Ares got a cripple and a stun.
Yeah, but that's Ares. This is a poor.
So he's OP.
Nah, Ares is pretty broken in my opinion, though. I mean, if you get max cooldown reduction, you can keep your chains up all the time. You're number one, so.
What?
And dude, like,
Yeah.
they're gonna buff Ares like really hard with that ultimate buff.
Wait, Ares?
Yeah.
What ultimate buff?
What are you talking about?
I heard that you can detonate your ult whenever you want. In a
Ares?
delay.
When,
Yeah,
when did you hear
Ares.
this from?
From Iris Bard. They were thinking about that.
Oh my.
Yeah, like, so you could press 4 and immediately like press 4 again, so they don't have the time to
Beads and
beat
shit.
it.
That'd be so strong. That'd make it like Ares.
Nah,
for-
they can't do that.
Yeah, it'd be so strong. Like, oh my god.
Unless they do it like ISIS's number 2, where there's a minimum detonate time, you know?
Yeah.
Where you can, like, you have to wait a second before you can actually do it. Because if it's like straight away, like boom, boom, like that's gonna be broken.
Or like you could bait shit out though. Like you fake to do it right away so people bees it out, but you don't do it and you wait the full delay and bam, get back here and waste your beads, motherfucker. That could be really good. Ares could be viable if that actually happens.
I think Ares is viable, to be honest. He's a really strong tank. Like, he does stupid amounts of damage. I mean, he's scary if you get chained.
He's good
Like,
in the laning phase. If he gets behind, he's fucked up because there's no way for him to farm well. They need to make him farm well. Like they don't have to buff his ultimate, but they find a way. I think like mystical mark on minions with his 2 would be fine, I guess.
When I was thinking like his number 1, you know how it like just goes through minions and does like stupid like little damage? They should make it so it's like Poseidon's number 1, for example, where it does like 300 or something damage to the minions, like Yamia's number 2. But then when you hit the gods, it does the damage it does now, you know? Just like
They would
buff the
find a
damage
way
on
to
minions a
glitch
bit.
it and do like 200 damage a tick to fucking gods.
There's gonna be so many bugs in like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't want them to do that. I think that mystical mark. I think that like the sort of mystical mark on his 2 could be really good for him.
Yeah.
Like just imagine like 30 damage a second on like on his protection buff. Because basically I don't get the protection buff when I'm playing Ares. I mean like I don't get the protection buff until what? Like my fire and my chains are completely fully leveled.
Yeah,
And
you don't really need the number 2. It's pretty useless when you think
you don't
about
need it until like late game. So
Dude,
late
Evo's
game, it does some
passive.
difference.
Evo's passive is so broken, like strong.
Hebos.
Dude, shut up! It's balanced. What are you talking
Oh
about?
my! Like I'm
He's
looking
the
at it.
definition of. He's the definition of balance.
Like I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, oh my god, what were they thinking?
What I said is like DM's talk, not me. I just saying. DM said that in the tournament.
You said the what?
That Hebo was the definition of balance.
Oh boy.
Who said that?
DM Brandon.
DM Brandon. On the when he was
Hi-
covering
Hi-Res
for...
Bart said it as well.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't understand. Like, he's not balanced. Like, I don't know. Like, if he's balanced, that means all the other gods are underpowered.
Yeah.
Because
The thing is, he's balanced statistically, and they only look at stats.
Yeah, that's
That I
right.
said
That's
the
right.
thing- this is the fucked up part, right? Though, late game, Hebo's number 1 does more damage than Poseidon's Kraken, pretty much. It does like the same damage as an ultimate on a 3-second cooldown. I mean, that's just broken, right?
Like something bothers
I
me.
just took a look at it, and it's fucking true, dude. What the fuck?
Wait, what do you mean?
I take a look. It's 310 plus 90% of your magical damage. The Hebo 1, and the Poseidon center hit is 340 plus 60%.
Oh,
So it's
but
kinda
it
the
stacks
same
up,
exact
right?
shit.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
Kraken is it'll do the center damage and it'll do the outer damage, so you have to add them both up.
yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
still, late game, I played Hoarder on Hebo, and my number 1 hits for 1k. If I remember correctly, my Kraken hits for about 1.3k. So,
Yeah.
300, like, how many times can I cast my number 1 in a 90-second cooldown? That's gonna be like, what, stupid amounts of damage. That's when you know something's
They
broken.
should put like a 6-second cooldown on this one, if it stays the same
It
damage.
should be longer than that. It should be like 10 seconds, like Agni's Flame Wave. 'Cause, I mean-
it would suck though. It would suck so bad.
Why?
Though.
That makes
10
Agni suck, right?
Like 10-second cooldown. Just imagine Hebo in the laning phase. On the 10-second
Yeah.
cooldown water cannon.
Well, other gods are punished like that. Like, for example, Poseidon, yeah, he can whirlpool in number 1 the wave, but then he can't really do anything else after that.
At level 5 it's over. Not Hebo though. That's the thing.
Like
The
it's,
problem with Hebo is number 1's doing too much damage. It's a short cooldown, but it's doing more damage than Poseidon's number 1.
yeah, it's so
So,
much damage.
I mean-
You agreed? Like they should like there's something like that they don't understand is that maybe on their stats, the average player is not super successful as Ebo, but like any good player that knows how to position himself, like yeah, he's super squishy in teamfights. Agreed. That's what Bart said. He's an assassin. He's super squishy. He has an eye burst, but he's super squishy in teamfight. Yeah, right. Try to like 100-0 an Ebo in teamfight like this. Any smart player and smart team will protect their Ebo, or the Ebo's going to be in the spot that if you want to go get him, you need to go through like 4 players, and it's dumb for you to do it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way
I mean, if
that'll
Hebo's
like.
squishy in a team fight, then that makes Poseidon and Agni squishy in a team fight, right? Because, I mean, they're basically the equivalent. They don't get extra protections from leveling up, right? So, technically, they're just as squishy. Just that Hebo is harder to get to because of his ulti.
Yeah.
When you come close, he's gonna ulti away from you and do damage to you, and then as soon as you come close, knock up one dead.
Yeah, critical. Yeah, the stats don't work out like that.
Hercules was in theory the worst god in the game, but everybody knows
Who?
his best stat. Hercules was the most terrible. Before the buff, was the most terrible god in the game statistically.
Because people are
I
bad.
don't know where they get their statistics from.
It's from
Everywhere.
all the
in
games
every-
that it's from all the games.
Yeah, they compile like every games, and they put elo brackets. Like the low tier, there's what the gods are doing. In the mid tier, there's what the gods are doing. In the high tier, there's what the gods are doing. Let's just talk about Thor. In the low tier, he sucks. In the mid tier, he sucks. In the high tier, he's fucking the strongest motherfucker ever. That's what Thor is. And so they nerfed it really lightly, cause he was really bad in the first 2 things. He couldn't get nerfed like as hard as we competitive players wants him to. That's why. And like Hercules was doing terribly in the 3 brackets. That's why they buffed him really hard like that.
I remember when Bart said Loki was underperforming. I mean that I don't know where they got that statistic from, because Loki, like, he wasn't played much, but he was fine how he was. He was really strong. He could insta-gib anybody.
Cause you
But
know
then they buffed him.
we are the players that gets in high elo. Like even in pub games, we're the high elo bracket. You know. So we're used to play against high elo bracket players, even though like some of them are completely terrible. But that's my opinion. Like we are in that bracket. The lowest bracket, it's basically, do you like when you 3-man queue as like 5k elo players like me, Pain, and probably you, we get like 1.1k elo players or minus 1 players, you know, in our team. Those guys,
Yeah.
like those guys, they have elo brackets to themselves and they all play together. So you know, this is
Yeah.
in this bracket, it's there's players that we never played with, but they have played thousands of games, you know, and these players that like Smurfs and stuff like that we see like 25 times a day because they always queue up like at the same time you do, and your elo are close to each other, so you get matched together. That's how the elo system works. So and Loki was doing fine in the I tier, but he was feeding hardcore in the lower tiers. That's why he was underperforming again. You know, it's always about that. Like they try to make a balance for the 3 tiers.
The problem with doing that though is that it fucks the game up because some gods just have to have a skill cap. They can't like noobify the gods like Hercules for example. Hercules' heal before you used to have to take damage and then it would heal you. Then they noobified it and made it just heal you anyway because new players thought that's how it worked. And then like they can't just do it for all the gods like that. They can't make
that kind of was a good buff, but the stun on
was,
I think I think it's actually exaggerated the stun on it. At least they should reduce it when it's not over 50% when you're not like under it. But I think it was the heal buff was good. But let's take like example on Bastet. She's like performing really well on lower tier. That's why it took so long. It's taking so long for her to. Because she actually has a like huge base damage. Like her 1 and her 2 together can like almost one-shot someone. But the thing is, she fades off really hard. In the higher tiers, there's more late game than in the lower tier. So in the lower tier, you just like go 20-0 and see you later.
I mean, really, they should just balance the game for higher tier. I mean, I don't want to be a dick to the new players and stuff, but I mean, they don't really care. If I was new to this game, I wouldn't really care if the game isn't as balanced, because then I'll be having more fun playing the OP god. But for competitive play and stuff, it really hurts it, you know, having broken gods that are just banned and picked every single game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. They should not take at all the lowest tier, but they should take in consideration the mid tier. That's my opinion. Because the mid tier is the average of players. They're your player base. They're the one that's gonna buy gems for you. We're as the higher tier, we're kind of the guys that just show the mid tier how to play, and show the lower tier to become a mid tier player. So we're those guys. So we're really important in the scene, but we're not the majority. We're like 1% of the scene. So that's why I think like mid tier should be really taken in consideration. But noobs, we don't give a shit about them. Like they can leave the game or get better. That's my opinion.
I mean, the thing is, like, if I was new to this game, honestly, I wouldn't give a shit if the game was unbalanced. I have more fun. Like, I remember when Anubis, like, he hasn't really been changed much. But I remember when Anubis was like the only really mage. He had Agni there, but Anubis was just like steamrolling everything, and he was basically OP because there wasn't really any counter to it, and I was having so much fun, you know, just ruffle stomping. So I mean,
have you played him a lot between 1 to 30? Have you played Anubis a lot between 1 to level 30?
Yeah.
That's why. Because after 30 he's not as strong, but he's a really good pop stomper. I agree with that.
He's my most played god. Like, it's so much fun just one-shotting shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
doing all by yourself.
Yeah, I love Anubis too. I love him.
If every god was sort of unbalanced for the low tiers because you don't know how to handle it, then so be it. You can have fun. But for the high tiers, it's gotta be balanced, you know. Like Freya, for example, that shit is broken to the fucking rim.
Because lower tier players can't hit auto attacks, and Freya's auto attack based, so she buffed her, basically.
I don't know how Freya's got away with it. Really, it's the most broken thing I've ever seen. Like, you can two-shot people literally, just dead.
And then like,
it's like
the sad part is that you want to combo until like you trade with the guy until like the guy's low and you're low. And at the last second, right before you get killed, you ult and you do more damage, and you're invulnerable during that shit. Like you can't be hit by anything.
I mean, the thing is that like when I play Freya, I go Polynomicon and what's the other one, Bancroft's Talon. So the more they attack me, the more damage I'm gonna do to them. And I'm just gonna heal myself for even more.
You should try Petakarim's piece on Freya too.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I did that one game. Mace told me to do it, so I just did it.
It's so good, man.
I just like Bancroft because they get me low. I ulti, my ult is gonna fucking hit for like 500 per shot.
You should get both of them. Like I recrafted that. It's so much lifesteal, dude. You can basically 1v1 anyone in the game. Dude, like you take half of your health with each bullet you throw.
But you're Freya, dude. You can 1v1. You can 1v1 anyone in the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like except maybe Ebo because he can pop you up. And like
but it's it's even more impossible to kill with pentagrams and bankrupts. It's crazy.
I mean,
I want to know
Maybe
the
not
numbers.
Polynomica.
like the problem
Maybe
with
not
Freya is that,
Polynomica.
you can't stop the damage. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
you can do to stop it. Like, let's see, like
Get
Hebo, for
behind your
example.
tank and hope you don't die before or combo runs off.
Like look at Hebo. Like, he does really high damage, but you can actually shut him down with stuns and silences and stuff. Freya, you can just fucking auto attack all day. You can silence her if you want. It's not gonna stop her. I mean, sure, you can stun her, and then she's just gonna ult you after, and you're still gonna die. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. Freya's really good. She should. They should, when you use her 1 in your 2 combo, only take the her 1 damage and put it as a range, and not combine
didn't
the
it
2
used to
damage.
be like that, and then they fucking
Yeah.
combined it?
Yeah, it used to be like that, and they combined it together. Yeah.
Because
I don't
before
know why
Freya
they
wasn't
combined
played.
it.
Freya wasn't played before at all.
She was though, wasn't she?
Before
People
before
thought
the
she sucks.
yeah, people thought she started. Then Pompon came in with a build that made her like kind of viable, and then people were like, "Oh my god, Freya OP," and like they start playing her
She-
every now and then.
Like, the old Freya was how Freya should still be. Like, you either do low damage with a slow at range, or you do fucking crazy damage and get up close. Because that's how standard games go, you know?
You
Like,
still could
the
have
people
done. Go on.
The people
Sorry.
that have to go in close, like, it's like, you know, high risk, high reward sort of thing. You're going in close to the enemy, so you're more likely to die, but you're going to do a lot of damage. If you stay in back, you do low damage because you're not
You're
likely
safe.
to die.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how Freya was played, you know? You do low damage, or you can get right in there and do massive damage and have a chance of dying. And her ultimate was like a failsafe to that anyway,
Yeah,
so she was fine.
yeah.
And then they fucking
Oh.
buffed it and just made it ridiculous.
Her 1-2 combo was existing before. It was.
It just
was
did
just
half
not
damage on it.
Yeah, it was like half the damage she's doing right there. With,
And that
which
was
is
fine,
still
really.
strong. Like, it's still strong. Like, it's not bad
Yeah.
at all. It's. I don't know.
But our push power is gonna suck now because of that auto attack debuff. Because now it's gonna be magical only. Our
That's a buff, isn't it?
CO critical. I mean for pushing. Like pushing the towers. I mean,
Oh yeah. Wait, no, wait, what?
like
No,
now.
because magical scaling hits the towers more.
No, you don't. You don't use the. Oh wait, if you're. Oh wait a second. I was thinking. Yeah, so like when Zeus attack a
No,
tower.
basic attacks do magic damage.
Yeah. I was thinking like everything's gonna be magical now, so like she won't get. I was just thinking about the passive. I was like, you don't get any procs of physical anymore, but if her attacks are magical, yeah, that makes sense. She's gonna do the same amount of damage. It's
What
actually
is
a
it?
buff.
Passive now.
What's
Passive is lifesteal, right? Oh
Yeah.
my Jesus Christ, she's more broken than she was before. That's just fucking
And-
retarded.
And guys,
Like,
look at this. She's gonna put. They're gonna give her a bow. It's incoming. Like.
they're gonna give her a
I'm
what?
sh- Yeah, a bow so she can be ranged. Essentially.
Oh yeah, a bow.
Like, Anubis. They revamped him, right, and put lifesteal passive.
Yeah.
And we all saw how fucking OP that shit was, so they changed it to scaling. And now Freya's got it? Like, not that she was already healing half a bar per hit anyway, I mean, no, she wasn't doing that, let's just add, like, passive lifesteal.
It's
Let's make it more
yeah, it's
powerful.
15% magical life, so it's pretty huge.
That's like Polynomicon, right
yeah,
there.
yeah, I think it's Polynomic actually. Let me check.
She has
That's like a
passive lifesteal. What the?
Yep,
That's her new passive.
that's like a free Polynomicon, then you just buy Polynomicon anyway, 30% lifesteal, enjoy.
It's even more than Polynomicon.
Oh my Jesus.
It's even more than
so
Bankrupt's. What
broken.
the? It's actually Pythagoras of the aura.
She's not gonna die, like, yeah.
She's gonna be pretty
Why are
hard
they
to kill.
doing this?
Yeah, I like that. Like it's gonna like make her pretty strong.
I'm gonna go Freya mid lane, fuck it.
Yeah,
I'll just
First
sit there while
pick.
attacking the creeps. You go close to him, you're gonna take a lot of damage. Just like, not much you can do. Dash
You
away,
can
fine,
tank
ulti.
them and not give a shit. Like.
Yeah, pretty much. Man, her ultimate needs a nerf
this
though, in
game.
my opinion. Like, late game, Freya's ultimate hits for 2k damage, I think. Which is a half bar of me. If I played Poseidon, that's a whole half bar. Just from one ulti. Like,
I remember
that's-
when she was AD, she was balanced when people were playing her AD, but not anymore, so she's so unbalanced right now.
Her basic attack's gonna do so much. I remember, Zeus's. Well, that's a bad example actually. Let's say Poseidon's. His auto attacks do like 150 damage, 170 damage, which is really a lot. Plus the pulse and irradiate. It's like it's so ridiculous. That new item on it, like, it's gonna be so strong on Freya, I guess.
Every mage is gonna be really strong now. Especially Freya. She's gonna be like first pick potential 24/7.
She's almost first pick in the EU scene, to be honest. I mean, most people don't take it, but I would take it any day over Thor or anybody. I mean, Thor's strong, but he's easy to deal with. Freya, you can't deal with that shit.
Oh
I mean,
my god,
what are you
dude.
gonna do?
I can't deal with fucking Thor. His ganks, man. Oh my god.
I think Thor's easy to deal with, to be honest. I mean, the ganks, like, yeah, they're really strong, but late game, unless you're really far behind, he's not gonna do much. I mean, he lands, you're just gonna beat that shit, and then you're just gonna CC him to death. Not much you can do. I mean, that's what we do. It seems to work.
That's
But
kind of
Freya, for example,
yeah. Freya's just invincible.
like, what can you do? Like, focus Freya, she goes up in the air, you just wasted all your CDs, and now you're doing nothing for 4 seconds. And she's just gonna melt you all. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Nothing to protect you against damage. You can't beat damage.
I mean, the problem is she's doing too much damage, and she's immune to taking damage, which is not really a balanced trade-off, you know?
Mm.
Should be lower damage if you're gonna be immune to it. I mean, her ult should just be like an escape, maybe, not just some fucking OP shit.
Haha.
And you can go over walls with it as well. You can go over the Ymir wall.
Yeah.
Which is just...
I think she should have like one less shot. That's it. That could be good. Like that could be fine. A fine.
It still make her an escape artist though.
Yeah, but
An escape's fine, but doing 2k damage in her ulti is just...
yeah,
where the
one less
problem comes.
ulti could be like really good, like a really good nerf.
Yeah, they
To
should.
be honest, I think
What's up?
they should make it so like you press the ulti, and it just like AoE damage around you, and then you go up, and then you can move around for 4 seconds, and you can shoot like another one while you're up in the air. For like a total of maybe like 1k damage, 1.2k damage late game. I think that was pretty balanced. Because saying you're immune to damage and you do like an AoE and then another AoE, I mean that's pretty strong.
I mean, the problem with that is that like in team fights, what you want to do is you want to stay as long as possible, do as much damage as possible, then get the fuck out of it with like no HP at all. So if you give her like the same escape, like all she's gonna do is she's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna want to do a lot of damage, and once she's about to die, she's gonna ult out, and she's still gonna make it out, and then her job will have been like done.
Yeah, that's more balanced than it is now though, because I mean right now she's just gonna do loads of damage, get really low, do more damage, and not die.
And pentakill
I mean,
your team.
I prefer her to run away with low HP than run away and kill me. Yeah?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Alright.
I'm actually gonna leave. I have to be awakened in like 4 hours. So, 5.
Alright,
Sorry.
mate.
See
See you,
you
mate.
tomorrow. Thanks again. Good night.
Yeah, no problem, man. Good night, man.
And back.
Yo. Rush went. He said he had to wake up in like 4 hours or something.
Oh yeah, he's working probably.
Yeah. Like 4 a.m. here. I'm still up. Lol. Hard up.
Haha.
I don't have a life though. Like I just finished school, so I'm starting college soon. So I just got like 2 weeks off, just doing nothing.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm almost done with my 2 months off.
Yeah, I'm as well. To be honest, I've only got like 3 weeks left. I think 4 weeks left. I don't know.
Yeah, same for me.
I should have really got a job, but yeah, YOLO.
My fucking job is Smite. Haha. I mean, last place for the Iris tournament gets $500 per player, and my denial is paying for us to go there. They pay for the flight. Iris pays for the hotels and the food and the expenses there.
What's this? Packs, right?
Yeah, for packs,
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
So like everything is paid, so I don't have to pay anything. So all the money I'm making there is just mine.
That's awesome. I really wish my team was getting Gamescom. I mean, we really stand a chance. We beat Denial a few times. We beat SK a few times. We beat BM a few times. So we're really up there. You know, we have the potential.
Yeah.
And then Vengeance show up, and we just had like one bad game, got fucked, and now scumbags are getting Gamescom. That's the only way to put it. They really are scumbags. Like they rule break, they BM, they even DDoS. I think.
I'm not sure.
You watched the EU tourney, right? Everyone's suspecting that Vengeance DDoS. Because every time they're in the finals or semi-finals, they always just DDoS. Well, like the enemy team has a DC, and they're playing against Vengeance. I mean, the vile players, really. Like, if you meet them, they're just BM, and more BM.
Yeah, I
It's really
figured.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Even one of them was his name, Frezzy. He was playing ranked with like, it was me, Lassus, Shadow Q, I think. Like, loads of big boys, pretty much. And he was there, and he played Jameer, and he went Doom Orb, Spear and Magus, and fed intentionally. Like, absolute scum. It's disgusting, really. And the annoying part is, Hi-Res know about it, and they don't do anything. Like, oh yeah, it's fine, we'll let it slide. Mainly bot, really.
He has a good amount of power.
Yeah.